television and said Bill O'Brien offended DeAndre Hopkins by saying that, I guess comparing him to Aaron Hernandez and saying that he's got too much baby mama drama. And this is apparently partially of why DeAndre Hopkins is like, why I need to get out of here. Man, to see the Stephon Diggs trade and to see all of the draft picks that the Vikings got back and to see the Texans trade and to see how little they got back and to think about Jadeveon Clowney, DeAndre Hopkins, all of these former Texans players leaving angrily, Tyrann Mathieu. I mean, I've already gone off about this, Connor, but have you always been anti-Bill O'Brien like I have?
I mean, yeah, he's going to ruin Deshaun Watson's career. So,
how do you feel for Deshaun right now?
Awful. I mean, this is somebody that was my favorite quarterback that year, over Mahomes, over Trubisky, and you look at it, and they've done everything wrong, almost. Laramie Tunsil, the trade made sense to me at a time where you need a franchise left tackle to protect Watson, but you're just taking parts out of the car right now for no return. It makes no sense. They have no GM. They've operated like a clown show without a GM. This is what happens when a coach has full autonomy. I mean, it's literally embarrassing. And if the Texans don't do something about this soon, not only will they ruin their franchise quarterback, this is the kind of thing that could set a franchise back 3 to 4 years.
All right, let's talk a little bit of draft. I'm going to let the questions kind of go for now. Of all the free agency moves yesterday, which of them made you look at your mocks and your first round and go, oh, that's completely different now, and I'm going to have to reevaluate this section of the first round?
I think the Raiders adding up at linebacker.
Coach, thank you much. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles.
Huh? This nigga left.
I think they'd still do something.
There's a chance Isaiah Simmons could fall to 12.
Yeah, I think so.
But I thought this is the biggest defensive freak that we've seen in the last few years.
Yeah, but people just don't value linebacker safeties the same way. And I'm not saying he will fall to 12, but I'm just saying it's not like completely written out that, there's going to be a run on the tackles, there's going to be a little run on quarterbacks and Chase Young and Jeff Okudah, and then you're trying to pitch it. And I think Simmons, the landing spots really are Giants, Panthers. I think they're still looking at wide receiver, although once again, the teams that I've heard with Robbie Anderson, or at least we're looking at him before free agency, was the Raiders, the Eagles, the Jets want him back. So the Robbie Anderson domino will be interesting to me as well. It's, that's the team that really changes. I'm trying to think of some other ones.
What about a team with Carolina? Cam Newton's on the trade block, and they've done a lot of moves this year that I know they go when they sign Tenney, who I feel like they're going to use as the stopgap guy, but it feels like they've been tearing down their team to rebuild. Gerald McCoy goes to the Dallas Cowboys. They lose Vernon Butler, who goes to Buffalo. They trade Trey Turner, who in my mind was a much better offensive lineman, and get back Russell Okung.
Coach, this is the city, Los Angeles, California. That's where we are for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New England Patriots and the Los Angeles Rams. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Simmons, if they want a freak show for their defense, which I think they'll definitely look to do, and God forbid a guy like Jeff Okudah falls, which he should not. So I actually don't have the Panthers looking at quarterbacks right now.
Your thoughts on Phillip Rivers going to the Colts for
come on, set 50, plant. Hey, solid. We got three.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw.
Oh.
And a big loss here as he's
set my quick. Well, okay.
That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
I like the
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. He'll drop to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the... He's got a man, complete. And they finally are able to take him down at the opposite 47. It's a big play there for the Patriots. 42 yards.
I think he's a guy also that he's always intertwined with the Manning family, and now he's going to the home that...
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side.
Nigga dropped the ball, man.
Incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Oh my God, yeah.
They'll put a check mark in the box for
We want them kind of games, huh, man?
How well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely, frees up your guys elsewhere. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Easy.
I look at some of the running backs they have there, and
that's kind of tough, though.
they can still get a lot out of those pass catching running backs. Joe Willis, Naeem Hines, Marlon Mack.
2nd and 10.
Look, before he started getting backed up last year, Marlon Mack was looking like a
Wide open receiver complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams 23.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
I can't believe Andrew Luck is gone.
Oh, this TV.
But on your guy, and there's a quiet confidence. Nothing's quiet about
Oh, yeah, this TV. Oh!
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
We get to see Phillip Rivers with 1 minute left. Maybe throwing an interception or maybe throwing a touchdown. But I'm excited about it. I don't have too high of hopes because I don't think Phillip Rivers has that much left in the tank. But I think he's going to make the Colts a hell of a lot of fun to watch.
I think so too, and I think they have a feeling there right now where they're going to win it. Frank Reich has good energy.
He came out with 10 DBs, bro. I told y'all about that. 100 DBs. You think he got
down now.
Stop Milton.
And they'll get him down right around the 16. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
And I know that people are like, oh, you can't have choir boys to win a Super Bowl. But the Colts have a really good group there where it feels like team chemistry will matter for that group. You got Costanzo back. You have a good offensive line. Now you have the pass rush up front. One thing that's not being talked about enough is adding a guy like Defoe in the middle elevates Justin Houston.
What we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They got the right thing going. They're slowly, steadily building. But I think they're a team when they come out of the draft, we write it all down on paper, let go and go, damn, this looks pretty good. This looks like a team that I believe in winning the division this year.
On 3rd down, Milton.
Oh my God.
This effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
Now that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the 1st down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of Week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
I think the Raiders would be interesting to make a call there. The problem right now,
the Eagles for a while.
The Eagles, without a doubt, have to be in consideration because the Dolphins gave Byron Jones all that money. The Giants gave James Bradbury all that money. The Eagles and the Raiders are the
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 27.
Those are the 4 teams that really wanted more.
Goff now looking to throw.
So they're kind of on the outside looking in. So the
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
I like Dre, I ain't gonna call him
We're already down on the scoreboard, and now, Charles, you go out there, very first play, throw the interception. That defense, they're going to have to blow up.
Yeah, let's see how they handle this, because we always talk about reverting back to what you practice. When you practice these situations, it's called sudden change. You don't expect to be out there this fast, but you are. Do you go out there with poise, or do you go out there with panic? Panic will get you scored on again.
Now, throw to the end zone on first down. Ends up incomplete. Amari Cooper, the intended target. And it's second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
The Chargers, too, are the most likely of the bunch. I think the first two...
Right, they missed out on Tom Brady, and now they're losing...
So line of scrimmage still to 39 on second and 10.
What's going on, bro? You know we ain't games right there. You guys scored.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. 14 yards is the pickup there and a New England first down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
They'll run on first down. Milton, and he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Because he is in such a bad tight end year of free agency.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
It really did.
Which is why
No escape, and he goes down.
That's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half, and if they have designs on having a big game and going anywhere, they got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
He's going to look at Austin. Austin Hooper's production should not drop off going there. So if he's a guy that cares about still getting the ball, not just getting paid.
The Rams calling on their nickel set here defensively for third down.
They need a tackle.
He'll look to throw. And incomplete. Now they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's fourth down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender's making sure he's got to hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Badgley hit from 59 in his rookie season. This one not quite as long, but he shows off that big leg by hitting another from distance. This is taken at the 3. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
What are the big storylines right now that you are kind of paying attention to?
Every team is trying to gauge how the tackles fall because you have the Bucks that are sitting there.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, first and 10. They run on first down as they get about 3. Second and 7, forthcoming. Jatavis Brown there on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Round 8, Chargers in Arizona, you think definitely O-line.
And I think the Browns in 10 as well.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's second and 7.
How many upper echelon tackles do you have?
Goff now, throw. It's caught by Bryant. That one a first down pickup of 8. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
It'll be Burrow, Tua, and Herbert.
So those are the kind of the main chess pieces, and that's how
First down carry here for Johnson. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Come on, nigga. I ain't going for that. I ain't doing that container edge. Nigga, I'm coming to you.
Behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up
I use it, nigga. Let's get it.
You're kind of looking at this and go, maybe we trade back a few because we could still get a Kuda. Because is that what you say?
Winfield?
You got it. You have to.
But because they're probably not going to take a Kuda in Miami now that they've spent all the money on Byron Jones.
A couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14.
They will not take Jeff Kuda.
Chargers don't need a corner at 6.
They probably need to go tackle. Even if they sign
out of the gun. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Arizona would be very much in contention for Okuda and Simmons, the 2 top defenders.
They get Okuda, boy. They defense lead. Byron Murphy in the slot. Okuda. Catch Peterson. You shouldn't need that because your division ain't got wide up.
A handful of teams, man. A handful of teams when you look at it on the outside. I mean, I'll tell you right now, if I was the Niners,
so the Rams call out Johnny Hecker here to punt it away on 4th down.
13 and 31 to come up for a
out of San Francisco,
you have the end of Richard Sherman's career, and they shoot
and he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it.
Here's how I look at it, Lefko. I know Kyle Shanahan could get the most out of middle-tier wide receivers, where you don't have to take, it's fun to take Judy and those guys.
Yeah.
But man, if you have a Kuda in that Robert Saleh defense.
To that point, though, a lot of talk has been trading.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And their 2 drives thus far, both going to points, albeit both field goals. It'll be just 6-0, but the ability to move the ball is evident.
See what you got.
Heartbeat, as they say. That's not what they're about. What they're about is putting the ball in the end zone and putting 6s on the board. So if you're the offensive coordinator, you like what you're doing, but you don't love it. You've got to find a way to ring that bell. Then you can have a little self-satisfied grin. Right now, a little more determination is needed.
How about the rookie in his NFL debut? Looking sharp. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
I'll take the dink and dunk. Nope.
Left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
It doesn't look like it. It does not look like it. And Robbie Anderson, those are the big 4.
No, you did that slow.
He'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run it and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive, not much sense. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal.
So you would say the top 3 right now are Trubisky, Dalton, and Cam Newton. No Jameis Winston.
Nigga, they ain't signed
no Jameis
I don't see
Winston.
Jameis going.
No. Cam, I think they'll take a look if he gets cut, and I think he will.
Wow. All right, so
I'm scared. What is the feet?
They'll select to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Not only did they drop it look like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
Cam Newton is great for football. A good Chicago Bears team is really fun for football. I would love it.
Nagy's offense is at his best when he has a quarterback that can be a little bit mobile. We'll see if Cam Newton's willing to
line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Losing Kyle Long taking a step back.
Go. No, what? This nigga not that fast, bro. Get out of here, bro. Looking not that fast.
That's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. Second and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving the running back a crease to run through. That's a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a third down.
I was GM of the year.
Now,
Now,
like
everyone's
that.
attacking me. I think he's going, I need 1 year at Trubisky.
Man, he's walking the plank if that's the
Third and goal. This LA Rams defense will try to bow up once more.
Do you have any final thing to say to the people?
Not much. Just
Now this time he'll look to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. A 2-yard touchdown grab.
Lyman got that beat.
Patriots, they add on to their lead.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet, or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put him to the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
Oh, this came out over.
No one likes to feel stuck, especially by your cloud. But the IBM Cloud is
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you have two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so listen, they turned it over. That's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
Dad, can we go play horse?
There's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Dad. Come on, Dad. I mean, no thanks, Philip. Sorry, I got to do some job.
Now gone.
Somebody's got to pay the premium.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on to 3rd down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass.
Oh, I ran past it.
Throw there going to be incomplete.
Oh my God, I ran right past that nigga, yo.
How about the execution of that defense right there?
I'm an idiot,
Zone was
my boy.
absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
We'll see how that goes. Yes, it can screw things up in a hurry, as I learned.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Well, he's been the guy already over 100 yards here in the first half. Could have had a lot more if he would have been able to haul that one in.
In fact, our statistician Marvin has already handed me a piece of paper with that yardage totaled on it. He thought that catch was going to happen just as you and I did as well.
And he'll be taken down right around the 27.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments and doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
New England on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
You're blitzing, brother. It's a touchdown right here. I'm going to call it right here, touchdown.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
Oh, yeah.
Is there a fire one deep over the middle? It's caught inside the 25. The way in. Touchdown, New England. A big play there. 73 yards. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works. to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football.
Lead to that right, let that blitz come. He'll pick him up. Okay, let's go.
Respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone.
This boy said he's making more pack than he should be. This boy is wild, yo. On national TV.
I've been catching up on Curb
That
Your
boy say pack, man.
Enthusiasm.
No, he won't.
All right, which I really love. The new season's
The
great, so
LA
I'm doing
offense ready
that.
to go for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down. I know, but
Spread on him. Teach our boy how to play defense. Spread him. Because he's going to run
you've got
outside.
nothing offensively.
He's going to run outside.
Nothing on this
Spread
scoreboard.
him.
That's
Okay, come
not
on.
a good combination.
That nigga can't free.
Now you can go.
He put the mic on the linebacker, so they're going up to him instead of blocking the
You
line.
mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there.
When you spread niggas, they got to help them
They
niggas,
can't
man.
find a way to get on their
Spread
toes
everything.
and start
Oh,
punching
that was cover
instead of
three just
retreating.
now.
Use a boxing analogy.
We're going to go to this baseline, spread everything.
Same thing.
Oh, messed up.
Second
Oh, I
down.
did.
It's Johnson. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
Real.
No,
Oh, I picked the wrong thing again.
So the hell with that. We can't figure it out. We're here to bring the entertainment, and let's do it,
I
baby.
just
You're
picked
all
something,
over Twitter. You're all over social media.
It's that BS, so I got to count for it.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now third and long.
Let me play cool. Let me play man.
That Tom Brady was going to a different team. I didn't have any idea what team it would be, and I would never have guessed the Bucs.
He knows man. Come on.
You won. You're right.
Running from the gun, Johnson. Just a one-yard gain on the play, and that'll be a call to the punt team as it's fourth down.
Like, nigga,
There
I'm
hasn't been
sending
much of an
3-man
impact
pressure
in the
against
running
that.
game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Let's take it on the 25. Good coverage there, an even 50-yard punt leads to a return of 5. And the Patriots take over.
Keep bringing up the Bucs, and so I will give you credit there that they were always kind of one of those teams on the outside that you were talking about.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does.
Okay,
because
there we go.
oftentimes it translates to your defense as well. Because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now.
I think you like that, and that nigga 10 couldn't use you correctly.
About 4 more.
Or you not like that, you just trying to show off because you with a sorry team.
Yes, as you've heard me state it many times, okay? Yes, that's my only issue with Brady right now. That's my only issue when I look at this game. It's just that little reluctancy to hold on to the ball.
I think I know. They ain't blitzing. They just
They'll
bluffing.
look to throw.
I'm gonna have to throw it.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down.
I'm gonna decline it because they weren't really passing
Wrong,
interference.
doesn't he?
There's no doubt about it. Sorry to step on you there, partner, but let's go ahead and run this one together, right? Incomplete pass. Yeah, they call pass interference.
Just because I look for justification
confused.
sometimes in those things. You know, some guys can see.
And he'll take this in at the 1-yard line.
Boy, I'm telling you.
Officially, that'll be a 63-yard punt. Well done. And the Rams will be backed up deep to begin the drive
like
as they
saying
take
it.
over first and 10.
He could be doing some of the dumbest junk ever, yo.
I think you're right. I think it's the number one issue with Brady right now. Now,
I'm gonna sack him right here. I'm gonna do that little circle jump.
better at that. I do.
Go.
I do. First
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. But what's the plan of attack here? Very late second quarter, and look where the ball is.
Yeah, bad spot for you. But the defense has all 3 timeouts. So what you're telling your team is,
Ooh, he pulled right to the line. That's what I mean by he's doing.
Picked off at the 17. So they will set up shop. Excellent field position in the red zone at the 19-yard line.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
You got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with a good field position they just took over.
Be careful though.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back.
This is going to be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation.
That game already peaked because of that, bro.
His guys will get the football back. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point. His first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think
he try to go for the ball, bro. He just went straight for the swat. That's fucking weak, bro.
Not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds.
Nigga like 6'5". All you got to do is jump catch.
Still be the same confident kid. The reason that they drafted him and go out and play.
30 seconds remain in this first half as they come up here 1st and 10.
Throw it, boy. They coming.
And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on.
Boy, they coming.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. The final shot before the break here. Goff. Pass incomplete. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports halftime report, here's Jonathan Coachman. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
He's going to get that whole aspect, too. He's going to have, he's going to feel rejuvenated.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained. Maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them.
Oh, he's sweet. Oh, he's still
and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
If these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
For 20 years, but
nigga off the line.
I'm a guy who's I've had the same job for about a max of 5 years and moved all around the country and been in New Jersey and at MLB Network and then
this offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
It's a cliche, but you only live once. That's right. And why not experience something at the end of your career for Tom Brady?
He's here's
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
That motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack.
Leave that running back in the block.
Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away.
No, me neither.
And take it right at the 35. That's a 49-yard punt, 8-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
From, people in the know in the situation, there was the rumor that the Chargers were involved. I had been told
the Pats at the line ready to go. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game.
No, I was about to say they let him off that nigga like that.
Let's see if the offense gets done. I remember Coach telling me a long time ago the difference between corner and safety. Corner is like the offense. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
But there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. offensively.
Very small. A small market.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on third and 9.
What is this? Cover what?
I think, people saw, a little bit of a slope down
to throw here.
Looking for
intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And they have the football on the center shot at the 33-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders.
Yeah, I can get a unit too, nigga.
Intercepted a third time.
You on that too?
Picked off near the 42.
And then one other thing, too.
And he takes this one back into the end zone. The Patriot defense.
He's going to be like, man, he was way in front of the ball, man.
This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
All in that window.
They won't just empty the bench just yet. If you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Justified it all. All right, so let's look at the AFC East first. So you got a Brady-less New England Patriots who have dominated that division forever.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive.
He gonna run it now.
I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
Oh, Lord, what you wild?
Now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You go over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for goal.
I'm about to say, what?
To hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him. Find him. Find him.
Yep, I know he hasn't played a lot. New England doesn't give a shit. New England,
and they like him.
Yeah, they love him. New England went 11-5 with a quarterback that didn't play college football. All right, so, and I understand the team was really good at that time, and I understand that.
But the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
Right, so I'm not going to sit here and say they're going to fall off. Plus, we know that some of these young receivers they had last year that underperformed, they're going to be better.
They can't even get a playoff.
I think is
tried the hard count, but to no avail.
Trying to do anything to get them to jump off sides and pick up a first down easily. Instead, it goes against them.
NFC South.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away.
Last year, there was no contest. The Saints were 13-3. Yep.
A big kick, 50 yards that time with a return of 4. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Can't overcome 30 interceptions that easily. It's hard for any team. Right. So, let me look at the futures now. In the NFC, to get to the NFC Championship game,
they go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to have to eat this one. He's down he goes. Jalen Ramsey with blitz.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. Quarterback was hit.
On 2nd down now.
You're going to hurry on offense that time.
7 there, but they'll still have 12 yards to go on 3rd down.
I'm looking at it going, damn, there's potential. There's potential. But I got to see a little bit of the product.
Back to
first. We're going to just make some jump like that and say that, you know. And again, like, yes, the quarterback plays.
He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. They'll get 11, still a little short. 4th down. The Patriots send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he gets this away. Look at this. This is a good one.
And then New Orleans, to me, is
this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback.
So, yeah, I'm not giving them the advantage over that right now. Plus, this is the other thing we got to take into account. I love the Bucs. They signed JPP back. They franchised
the LA offense ready to go for their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field. Move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
So here's the real question.
I'm coming.
Which team finishes
They go to Johnson again.
What? That nigga came right
in. From the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan. I start chucking it all over the park, and you know who's excited about that?
This nigga running the ball here, playing my little,
It's the real deal.
Goofy Goober.
You know, they got to play the AFC West. They got to play the NFC North, where we can argue if that was,
we got escape, and he goes down.
It's been a tough all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come back
trash,
in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. That's pulled in at the 32. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Pats at the line, ready to go. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think they're going to call their plays accordingly.
Oh, let's go. That stumble saved me.
What you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, I think you can take the spirit away from another team, and their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Top 5 winners, yes. The teams that you think so far have won in free agency.
Definitely cutting it up the middle. She gap. Yep, she gap all the way.
1st down, Milton. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Oh, he dove.
This time not quite to the 30.
Bro, I would have burned that nigga if I would have ran.
31-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they called the field general.
Back now in Los Angeles. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Hey, stand up!
I have a few honorable mentions, but I'm going to give one as a shout-out. Do you have one for your shout-out? Yes, I do.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest game, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
I think you keep Kenny Ward. I think there's some doubt whether they can do that.
He's checking.
And all this maneuvering with the
Leo. 6'6", pull it high.
On 2nd down, Milton. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a 1st.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
New England on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 4.
George Kittle, like you just said, is going to command the richest contract in the history of tight ends. So you can't do that.
Hey,
you're already paying Dee Ford. You got to think about Nick Bosa's only 2 years away. Were you really going to be able to sign DeForest Buckner to
They'll set up a throw.
Yo, this nigga batted complete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter what it's
I'm talking about wide open TD.
There's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Badgley's kick is good. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out.
Look at that, man. I'm over
now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This is taken at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
I don't think DeForest Buckner's as good as Brady Jarrett.
The LA offense ready to go for their next.
He's not.
This drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is.
That's Reed.
You got to get points. And
we got him a Reed in.
Facetious here.
Okay.
But you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself.
Okay, you want that brand new.
Move on to the next one.
A gain there of 12 yards and a first down LA.
That boy brand new daddy.
Off now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
I do like that.
Off now. Looks to throw.
Oh my God!
And he couldn't hang on.
I had another pick on my boy.
4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
I ran into him instead of running.
Another incompletion. It's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Definitely a screen pass.
Back to the air. Goff on 2nd down.
Oh, yeah.
For Dorsett. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really
You got set there. You holding the ball for long.
He goes down.
We've been around this league for a while. Many coaches never pull their starting quarterback.
I'm playing that nigga at 3 10. He's gonna have a lot of faith.
In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating.
Ain't no left guard in the league. Gonna be holding that nigga one-on-one.
Injury. Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for LA.
And they got a couple of the most coveted players in their possession.
Like 95 for this.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Pats will take over at their own 20.
I'm going to reserve for my no comment. They will be later on in my time. So, yeah, I agree with you there. My number 5.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When you go to the backup, let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said,
why is this nigga coming out with 100 DB?
These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit. That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
New England on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 8. Back to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 15 yards on that one, and New England has a first down. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
I think he's top 5. I would go, that's not crazy. I'm okay with that.
On play action, they'll throw.
Ooh, almost had
knocked away. It's incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense can crowd the line of scrimmage.
Ooh, that D-tackle got in there.
Come on. A lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield. Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front, and then maybe a guard can slide up to the second level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
Bro, I don't know what you doing. Oh, that's on me.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know what a play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all.
Tripping. I thought a cut ran out, too.
I think he was as surprised as maybe he was.
Instead of a 3rd and 4, now they have to manage a 3rd and 9 after the delay of game.
They get Phillip Rivers. They may have overpaid for him just a little bit.
They're going to look to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. That'll be a New England first down and gain of 12. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice.
Don't flip it, niggas.
1st and 10.
I'm still going over there. I'm still throw it over there. Let go. Let nigga flip that hole.
Display of quick feet down just inside the 45. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Bruh, this is probably a touchdown.
On 2nd down now, Milton, he's got the first down here inside the 30. And finally taken down at the 20-yard line. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Right back to him on 1st down. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Give him 3 on
Game
first
over.
down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second.
Maybe not. Maybe it doesn't cost them.
I am super sleepy.
Buckner dominates, and Costanzo, like you said, I mean, this is, he's the left tackle where you don't have to worry about helping.
I forgot I hit that sorry nigga. Go on.
I'm going to a team like you didn't make a ton of moves, but the moves they made, man, I think they're game changers. I'm going to the Baltimore Ravens, okay? Baltimore Ravens, again have continued their annual collection of the baddest motherfuckers on the planet. That's what they do. If you're big, bad, fearless, and like to knock heads off for a living, come on down to Baltimore because there's a place for you. And that's what they do. I mean, Calais Campbell is one of the biggest humans ever on earth, still a really good player. You get him. Michael Brockers, a really awesome interior defensive lineman too, with interior, he can play 3-technique D-tackle or DN. So he's really 2 positions in one, and that's the same for Calais Campbell. The Baltimore Ravens had a good defensive line, as we know, but they had no difference makers other than Matt Judon. And bam, right off the bat, they get 2 guys that are disruptors, difference makers, fit within the scheme, all of that. So I love that. Let alone they franchise tag Matt Judon. They couldn't let him go. He's the best pass rusher they got by far. Get Matt Skura back, who's a center, certainly good for their offensive line. But then another big one, that I think is kind of flying under the radar, they traded away Hayden Hurst for a 2nd-round pick. To me, that was smart by them. Hayden Hurst is a good football player, but they got really good tight ends there. They realized, damn, we're probably going to have to pay this Max Williams kid not Max Williams, the damn kid from Oklahoma. Man, I'm blanking on his name, the damn tight end. Holy cow, it's going to drive me. We need Pete right now. I'm going to have to pull up his name. It's driving me crazy. What the hell is his name? I'm blanking out. The ball went off his hands in the playoff game. Mark Andrews, thank you very much, you stupid Chris.
But, yeah, they know they have a plethora of players at the position already, and they knew he was expendable, and they got some worth for him right now. So then there's the Ravens again with, you know, gosh, what do they got now? 2 second-round picks and a first. So they got 3 picks, you know, in the top 60 or so. That's pretty damn impressive.
Yeah, you see some of the smart teams and how they're able to do it. You know, move around some assets, have some redundant parts of the team that are deep, and try to figure out how to get more draft capital that way. That's the one reason why I thought the 49ers maybe would make a play for Tom Brady, because they knew he wanted to go out there and you could replace Garoppolo with him. Even if you didn't think Brady was better than Garoppolo, you could get some draft capital for him and try to supplement your team other areas. And so it seems like the Ravens are able to do that. And I love Matt Judon. He's my guy.
Well, yeah. Well, and just to clarify for everybody out there, like, they have pick 28, pick 55, and pick 60 now, I believe, in the draft. So, when you have those type of assets, man, you can make some moves, too. So, if they wanted to trade up into the first round and get a real difference maker, you know, they could do that.
My number three team in free agency so far. These are not final grades, right? Because this could still change.
Right.
You don't know. But a lot of these teams have made their significant moves already. The Arizona Cardinals, number 3, can probably just start and stop with DeAndre Hopkins. But they did that. They got out from under that David Johnson contract, which it didn't even look like they necessarily liked him as their backup anymore in Arizona. Got Jordan Phillips, 3-year deal, had 9.5 sacks last year. About 3 weeks ago, middle of February, they kept their 26-year-old offensive tackle.
Well, no, nigga, you ain't getting him.
3-year deal.
Nigga, you not getting him.
Overall, I think it's been a really positive offseason for Arizona. Number 3.
Yeah, okay. I mean, it's a little high for me, but I'm with you there. I like what they've done so far. You know, they're a team, again, that made the honorable mention list for me. You know, you're always going to make, when you get it, like, come on, when you go
got Bo Nix.
Why don't you just use Bo Nix? Hopkins, you know, I don't care what I think all the time. I mean, hey, they got a guy that they really value. They got a young quarterback, you know, and they're going for it, and they're going to try to make him, you know, look successful. He's the main guy there, but the Kenyon Drake thing, amazing to acquire, you know, to get rid of the David Johnson contract. Jordan Phillips, really underrated defensive tackle they signed, who's going to help their defensive line out. So I'm not mad at you. I think you're a little high there, like not literally just high on them, that's it, but just a little bit. I'm going to go my number 3, the Chargers. All right, the Chargers.
Ooh.
Yeah. And we'll see where this goes. I'm interested to see with the Chargers if they get into the Cam Newton conversation. You know, there's some rumors out there that, you know, they're tossing around the idea. So that would be really interesting to find out regardless. But the thing I like about the Chargers, as I get back to task here, is they had real issues. Offensive line for sure, okay? And that's where I want to start. I mean, first off, to trade and get Trey Turner, who's a very good guard, been to a bunch of Pro Bowls. Great job there. Then to sign,
who you're not as high on as a lot of people, but you still think he's solid.
Yeah, it's a really big positional need for them. And yes, I don't think he's as awesome as everybody thinks he is, because I think a lot of people are just going, "Well, he's made the Pro. He's young and he's made the Pro Bowl the last few years." Though. Okay, yeah, he's very good. I get it, but I'm not gonna say he's one of the best guards in football. He's a good guard. He's certainly an improvement. Brian Bulaga, to get him, you know, I thought that was huge. I honestly thought Bulaga at this moment right now is better than Jack Conklin as a right tackle. Now he's older and he's got some injury history that's scary, but they needed it nonetheless. Re-sign Austin Eckler, sign Linval Joseph. They need help in their interior run defense. That's been an issue there. Hunter Henry franchise. Hey, that's a great thing. I mean, he's got potential to be a top-tier tight end. And then Chris Harris Jr. So, you know, you need to have a great defense if you're in the AFC West. You're not going to win shootouts against Patrick Mahomes, so you better get a defense that can maybe slow them down and do that. And I think they did a lot of great things, not only to help their offensive line, but to help the defense out too.
I left something off. It was late-breaking news on my Cardinals, so can I go back real quick on my Cardinals?
Yeah.
Did you see that? Devondre Campbell?
Oh, you know what? I did see that. And that's a good one, too. There's no doubt. Devondre Campbell, I think he signed, I saw, a 1-year, $8 million deal?
Yep.
He is,
26 years old.
Yes. Tall, long, extremely athletic. You know, I could see he's probably not happy with some of the long-term deals he got offered, so he said, screw you, I'll sign a 1-year deal, ball out, so I can get a big deal next year, and I think he's got the potential to do that.
My number 2 team is the Chargers. I had them at number 2 for all the reasons you just said.
Cool.
And I will add this. I don't know if you mentioned Linval Joseph, too.
Yes.
Did you mention him?
I did.
Oh, sorry.
It's all right. All good. Don't worry.
I think, I was working in Norfolk, Virginia for about 6 years and covered Tyrod Taylor when he was at Hampton High School.
Right.
And then also when he was at Virginia Tech. And I think he has a shot to be the guy that's kind of like in that Ryan Tannehill mold from last year.
Sure.
The guy that showed flashes and given an opportunity on a good team and a good scheme around him, I think he could have his best year yet. And I know that you think he's gotten those opportunities before and has been maybe a little too safe, but I'm not so sure that hasn't been scheme and less him, because he was a highlight machine when I covered him in college and in high school, and I think he has that ability. And I would like to